Before I start this video, I just want to ask everybody to please hear me out in this. Take a bit of your time and literally just hear me out for a few minutes. That's all I'm asking. Not asking for 100 years. Just hear me out for a few minutes. So, Resurrectionist Ireland. So this will be the title of this video. Resurrectionist, or whatever you want to call it. So means kind of to resurrect, kind of the anything like to resurrect the dead or anything like that. So that'd be more commonly used. But the thing that I suppose more Irish people want, and that we're losing so much every day every day that goes past. We're losing so much of our culture, our heritage, and our livelihood, our old livelihood of living. We're losing it every day, every minute of every day. People are starting to forget that this is an old country with old traditions and with old cultures and old heritage. Like the Irish language is gone down so badly in the last few years. There's barely nearly any speakers of Irish apart from teachers. When I was back years ago, there used to be more forced to join the military, to join the Irish army, to defend the country and to defend the nation from attacks, or to defend off any attackers that's a threat to the Republic. And people nowadays think the army's just nobody, that they're literally nobody, they're just infants. That's what people think. They don't. That's what people think now. Well, let me tell you one thing. We should take pride in our army and our men and women who go out and fight and risk their lives to keep us safe from any potential threats across this world. That's a threat to our island and to our peace. And another thing that used to be in our culture, and this is a very big thing, as a country that lived on its own for 800 years, without any help from the outside world, was we mind our own business. We didn't care what France or Germany was doing. We mind our own business. Sure, we listened to World War One was going on, World War Two. We're like, oh, okay, that's alright, we don't really care that much. I know a few of them did go over and fight for the British Army and the German Army. But the majority of Irish people are like, we're starving, we have no food. What is that going to do with us? What's that got to do with us? Which is what we should do now. If Donald Trump says boo over in America, they're about, oh, Russia's not coming to this summit. Oh, Jesus Christ, America's in crisis. Everybody, defense measures now. That's what he literally sounds like. And I'm like, Ireland should not even bother to listen to. If Russia's not going to this summit, then what the fuck does that have to do with us? I mean, seriously, what does it have to do with us? Seriously, we're not in any summit. We're not a big nation. We don't have a huge government. And they're expecting us to care that Russia's not in the summit. I mean, give us a bit of a break, Jesus Christ. I mean, if the world was coming to war, then literally just might tell Ireland. But I mean, that RTE, Radio Television Sharon, needs to just mind their own business and just keep out of world affairs. Because they're getting worse than Donald Trump. Because they're too busy giving them political gains. And Radio Television Sharon, as Eamon De Valera said, who was the president who set it up in 1963, it provides a service for the nation, to give the nation coverage of what's going on in the nation, and to know the no can lose what's happening in your local counties near you, and to buy heritage and nationalist views in this nation, and not to worry about the rest of the world. Well, he didn't really say it like that, but he's more or less saying it's for us, it's not for anybody else. And he was dead right. He was dead right. OT is for us. It's Radio Television Sharon, and it's Ireland's broadcasting radio network. And to hell with Britain and not worrying about any of their problems. Because they're not worried about our problems. And I would like to ask everybody in Ireland, we need to resurrect this great country, from the Irish language to our heritage to our historical sites of freedom and justice. We must not let the times that are coming the generations that are coming in front of us, destroy our heritage, destroy our way of life, destroy our future and our past. Because our past, as a nation who stood alone for 800 years against the foreign invader, we still have our might, and we can, if we go back to these old traditions, we can be the best and greatest country in this world without even shooting a bullet, without even firing a gun, without even killing anybody, like America has done to get to their success. We will mind our own business, we will stay in our country, we will support our local GA clubs, we will support the Irish language, and most of all, we will bring back the Irish language and the Irish people back to the ancestors on which they used to speak Irish before the British came over here and killed most of them off. We must resurrect our island from the dead and bring back every culture the British Empire has taken away from us and that the modern world has taken away from us. And I would like to ask everybody to please resurrect Ireland, because we don't have any hope in the new world unless we go back to our ancient customs and our traditions of Irish music and Irish culture. Thank you.